inaan ka hadalno arrin runtii aan dhigaha u roonayn aragga u roonayn dadnimada iyo Soomaalinimada iyo wadaniyadaba u roonayn runtii ku xun oo maalmahan ilaa iyo sanadkan cusub ee hadda aan ku jirno bishan January la kowsaday 2024 waan dareemaynaa waxaan ka soo kabanay ama kabasho kaga jirnaa wixii burbur inagu dhacay haddaanu nahay Soomaali saameynta dagaalka sokeeye uu inagu yeeshay laakiin ma filaynin 30 sano kadib ayadoo madaxweyne federaal uu joogo ra'iisul wasaarihii uu joogo isteediyadii ama dawladihii gobolada ay madaxdoodii taagan yihiin in dadkoodii ayagoo weliba taagan waqtigii ay maaragtay shacabka ducooyin iyo waxyaabo kale ay ka sasaban lahaayeen in qaybo ka mid ah xadgudubyo aan loo dulqaadan karin inay taariikhda ka galaan anigoo ku hadlaya magaca nabadoonnada guud waxoogaa waxaan rabaa clarification inaan sameeyo halkan marka la soo istaago qofkii u dhiga tunni inuu yiraahdana waa wadanahay in horta taa la ogaado qofka deegaanka caasimadda koonfur galbeed ee Baraawe dadka dega ee xadaariga ah hadduu yiraahdo 7 tol iyo toore iyo ashraafti baa nahayna wuu koobay kala dhiga mararka qaar dadka carabkoodii ku dhacayana annagu yeysan kala qaadin waxaanu nahay ahlul Baraawe oo caasimadii koonfur galbeed ah waxaanu nahay dadka sida kale haddana gobolka Shabeellaha Hoose inta la degto ugu badan ahlul digilka waxaanu nahay digil iyo mirifle taariikhdan hadda taagan sida loo wada dhashay la isugu abtirsado dan iyo deegaanba halka ay tahay qofka halka mariyo waxba ayaa wax laga xishoodo maaha Soomaali Ilaahay baa dadkii ka dhigay qabaa'ilna Ilaahay baa ka dhigay anagu waa dadka mudan halka loogu talagalay in la mariyo marka horta taasi waxaan leeyahay waa sidaas maanta arrinta aan u taaganahay ee dad badan oo runtii qiiraysan waxbaa igu jira ee hal ii kaadiyo waa dhabaysanayaa leh waa arrinta dhulboobka anigoo ku hadlaya magaca dhaqanka guud ee simada dadka isku yiraahdo 7 tol iyo toore meel walba ay joogaan anigoo ku hadlaya mar kale magaca aqoon-yahankooda anigoo ku hadlaya magaca culimaadudiinka anigoo ku hadlaya magaca shacabkaas gudaha iyo dibadda magaalada Baraawe boobka ka socday iyo baadiyaheedii halka beesha ay degto oo dhan waxaan leeyahay waa diidnay dawladnimadii waa naqaan waxa halkan laga aqrinayaa tii dastuurka Soomaali ay samaysatay iyo tan caalamkaba halkan baa laga sheegay annagu tan dhaqankaanu sheegaynaa waxaan leenahay dadkaas ahlul Baraawe iyo beesha tunni oo maanta hogaankii ah meel walbo ay degto min Golweyn ilaa iyo Goobweyn magaalooyinkaasi runtii ay ka mid yihiin Sablaale Kurtuwaarey ilaa iyo Hawaii dhulkan ballaaran xagga u sii wad jilib ilaa iyo Jamaabe iyo maartay halka webiga maartay Jubba uu kaga darsamo badda Kismaayo dadka taariikhda dib haddii loo akhriyo la yiraahdo taariikhaha ku yeeshay waay maantadan inay soo aruurto adoo halganka diineed halka aad ka gashay la ogyahay adigoo halganka xubnimo dhalinta Soomaaliya waxaad ka tahay la ogyahay adigoo maaragtay amniga iyo nabad jaceylkaagii la ogyahay adigoo taariikhahaaga ilaa iyo inta Soomaali israadsanaysay inta hadda kula degan ee daaqsiin kugula degan ee adiga maaragtay Ilaahay ka soo kowar adiga ku ahay xeerka lagu diyaarsaday kuwa kale oo maaragtay isbedelada masiibooyinka dawladii gacanka dadkii kale oo noo yimid iyo dadnimadii loo soo dhaweeyay burburkii markuu nagu dhacay dadka Baraawe way nagu cusub tahay yimaadeen waa meel degi kartid xoolo maaragtay ku dhaqan kartid oo beero ka tabacan kartid badana waa tan maaragtay ka kalluumayso la yiri in maanta la yiri dadka yiraahdaan dadka Baraawe dadka la dhaca dadka lagu xadgudba ayaga ugu wanaagsan taasi la yeeli maayo waxaan rabaa inaan sheego mar kale anoo magacaas ku hadlaya waxaan rabaa inaan baraarujiyo waxa la keenay ee hadda la keenay oo la leeyahay waxaan u soconaa dhulboob dadka meesha laga leeyahay dadka danta guud ayadoo qoraal baa laydin akhriyay danta guud waa arrin dowladii ay hogaaminayso waa arrin mashruuceedii la ogyahay cusbitaal intaasoo bukaan baa lagu daaweynayaa maaragtay iskuulaad loogu talagalay min bidaaya primary ilaa iyo jaamacadaha intaasoo bed baan u baahannahay meeshii agoontaan ugu talagalnay ciyaarihii maaragtay sportigii meeshaan ugu talagalnay iyo inta bulshooyinka wax looga sameeyo ee dowlad looga fadhiyo waan garanaynaa inta loogu talagalay laakiin 10 kun oo square ah ayaa waxaan soo wadnay inaan keeno dan guud baan idinku qabanaynaa waxaan leenahay dadkii weliba dadka ku metelaya dhalinyarada golaha deegaanka kuwa inagu metelaya maartay saraakiisha jooga intay u dulqaadan waayaan wasiirka markuu yimid ee ay la fariisteen ay la hadleen baa waxaa lagu yidhi qaarkood nimayow xidhalkiina ha isdhaafsiinina halkan aan ka caddaynaya xilkaaga ha ku waayina ee gaarigaan soo qaado waxaa halkaa lala tegay waxa la yidhaahdo ilaa 10 BKM waryaa lala dagaalaya cidda maanta aad la dagaalayso hadda dadkii baa isoo wacayo xaafadda howlwadaag suldaanow arrintan haddii aydaan wax ka qaban waad maqlaysaa cagafta maalin walba halkan marayso in laysu dhigi doono dad dhiman doonaan annagu hub ma hayno da'yarteeniya xagga joogtana ulal bay wateen iyo fallaar hubka kale dowlad baa gacan ku haysa laakiin dhimashaa iman doonta halkana uga baaqaya cid kastoo khusaysa madaxweynaha koonfur galbeed ee stateka ee maanta maamulkan hoos yimaada madaxweynaha federaalka anigoo og howlo kale ee maanta qadiyada qarameed ee meel walba laga soo galay difaaciisii inaad maalin walba u taagan tihiin taana waa idinla qabnaa oo loo kala hari maayo laakiin annagu intaanu isdulmayno dulmanaha meesha uu joogo uu leeyahay ilaahu halkaa iga qabo ilaahu dhulkii baa layga qaatay taariikhdii baa layga wixibaa maanta taasi laftirkeed idinkana waxa way waad ku xibaanaysa waadna ku ceeboobaysaa waxaan rabaa ahlulbaraawe guud ahaan inaan u sheego dhowr shirar waa ka galnay oo aan leenahay niman yahow ganacsataa nagu jirto dadkii dhaqaalaan haynaa waxbaan isku dari karnaa caasimadaasi horumarkeedii aan ka tashanno waxyaabaha qaar aan furanno annaga si private xitaa intaan dowladda imaana iyagana dowladaha federal iyo state ba qaybahoodii ha qaataan waa laga caajisay maanta waxaad moodaa baraarug inuu jiro arrintaasi loo kala hari maayo waxaan rabaa haddii ilaahay raalli ka dhigo tan waa bilow sida dadkii iga horreeya ay sheegeen arrintan waa bilow dadkii markay yimaadeen afka dowladda ku hadlay ee waa danguud la yidhi danguud waa akrinay oo qaybtaas intaasoo dhul danguud ma noqon karo wixii kaloo lasoo wadana hal mid baan rabaa dadka iga horreeyay sheegeen dadka nagu metela stateka kuwa nagu metela federaalka Somali waa iswada qaybisay waxaa la yidhi deegaana la kala qaatay in wax walba la soo qaado ayagii la soo marin markii kacdoonkii shacabka iyo dhaqdhaqaaqii la arko inay hadlaan kama yeelayno ninka nagu metelaya stateka dadkan stateka ka yimaadeen waxba kama ogdiin kuwa nagu metelaya federaalkana inaynan waxba ogeyn tii horena waan aragnay ee dikadda baraaway dhagax dhigeeda tanna waxaan u jeednaa carada aad ka muujiseen iyo sida aad uga jawaabteen taasi waxay la mid tahay cid idinku xiran oo idinla socota war deegaankaas idinkaa metelee mashruucyadan ayaan u wadnaa inaan laydin dhahin oo laydinkala tashanay taasi waxa weeye waa midda aan akrinayno oo aan idinkula xisaabtanayno berri waad arkaysa dictor aadan oo maanta runtii qiiradiisu ay sarrayso xildhibaan wasiir ra-iisul wasaare suldaan adduun oo dhan inuu xul ka wada qaaday waa arrin saaxa qof walba ku turjumaya haddaanan waxa ilaahay lagu idmaday aadan ka soo bixi karina waxa weeye inaad iska dhigtaa la qaato dadka muwaadiniinta ah dhalinyarada sida gaarka markay odayaashoodii 5 ah oo 7 ah oo 8 ah markay hadleen idaacadda Soomaaliya ugu codka dheer ee maanta Universal TV ka hadleen ragga kale inta loola hadlay oo ayagina fariistay oo iyaguna marka ay leeyihiin waa arrintan siday dadka odayaasheeni u dhigeen maahe sidaan annagoo 3 reer ah u dhignay waaye arrintaasi waa marada idinku dhigtay waxaan leeyahay laakiin degmadaas mas'uuliyiin ka soo noqoteen arrinta halka ha u dhigina waa arrin masiiri ah وسيدي تهينا مقادرنا وحن ربا هدي إلهي رالي كدقو مركلة odayaasha kaalintiinii aad maanta samayseen oo berri aan ogahay wafdi inuu iman doono oo la idin yeeri doono mar kale la leeyahay odayaasha anaa qaybin kara go-aankiinii halkana wuu ka hadlayaa fayeenka guddoomiyaha siduu u dhigayna waad arkayseen annaguna yeeri mayno waxba ma qarsooran waxaan leenahay qof walbow cuqubadda ama maartay habaarka qofka dadkaasi halkay joogaan way kugu dhici go-aanada iyo dadka ninkii wax dilo unbaa wax noqon karana haddaan intaa ku dabargo-aynana rag meel ay u fariisteen oo maartay go-aano ka soo saari karana waa nahay waxaan rabnaa inaan midayno dadka hal mid baan rabaa inaan sheego oo ah madaxweynaha koonfur galbeed oo arrintan markay dhacday odayaashuna hadleen xildhibaanadiina hadleen wuxuu yidhi anigaa soo socda su-aasha isweydiinta leh madaxweynaha intuu soo hadlo warbartaa ku joojiya wasiirow jooji ninka le guddoomiye gobolow jooji guddoomiye degmow jooji saraakiilow dadka xoogga sheeganaya joojiya intuu yidhaahdo buu muddo ku imaan karaa hadduu dibad jiray hadduu gudaha joogo waan sugi karnaa madaxweynihii baa imaanaya cagaftuna way shaqaynaysaa inna madaxtooyada lagu ilaalinayana isma qabato marka calaayi xaal arrintan baraarugeeda waa inoo bilow waa wadaynaa meel walbo ay nala gaarto laakiin anigoo haddana magaca dhaqankii iyo isimadii guud ahaan ku hadlaya ma oranayno dadkeennii shacabkeennii burbur iyo dagaal maartay inaan u horseedno diyaar uma nihin waxaan leeyahay yaan loo dhigin in la yidhaahdo dadka qabaa'ilo laga yidhaahdo digilka kale qaar u sheegno sida kale u sheegno mirada gaar loo sheego soomaali weyntay nala degan xoogaa waxyar waxay keenaysaa qofka bani aadamka hadalba sida loo dhigay baa lagu qiimeeyaa waxaan leeyahay dadka dadnimada abtirka islaamnimada isirka mideeyey waaye maalintii aan ogolaanay inay caasimad inoo noqoto caasimadda baraawe waxaan ogolaanay adduunka caalamka qofkii ka yimaada inuu maalgashan karo soomaalida degan inay dadka nabad ku wada noolaan karaan laakiin tan in naloo qalinayo maynaan ogeyn waxaan leenahay waa soo dhawaynaynaa danta guud wax badan baan u baahannahay magaca iyo muuqay leedahay in lagu yimaado arrintaana la hakiyo waxaan warkayga kusoo gebagabaynayaa si aan dhibaato kale aysan meesha uga dhalan dadka kale siyaasadaha isku diidan dartood loo abuurin waxaa la soo saaray maqaal oo arkaya kaartuun socday oo cabdicasiis madaxweynaha maamul goboleedka koonfur galbeed mudan cabdicasiis lafta galeen oo gacanna uu ku wado dhulalka baraawe guryaha dhinaca gacanna uu ku wato waxa la yidhaahdo lacagta doolarka annagu mudan cabdicasiis sifooyinka iyo dabeecadaha aan ku naqaano noocaas maaha halka uu kasoo jabhadeeyey uu kasoo bilaabay iyo hadda oo rabo haddii uu ku guulaystay hadduu ku guuldaraystaba koonfur galbeed oo midaysan oo ummadda kale iyo soomaalida kale maanta iyo challenge-ga stadiada kale tartan kula jirta inuu uga tago dibadda iyo gudaha meeshuu kaga nool yahay inuu kaga raaxaysto allaylay halkaasaan soo gaabsay inuu yidhaahdo isagoo hadda doorashooyinkiisi kusoo dhow yihiin shacab oo maanta degan ahludiin ah oo in maaragtay lagu dulmiyo inuusan qaadanayn baan aaminsanahay haddii arrintaa la siyaasadeeyeyna annagu arrin dadka laga siyaasadeeyo maaragtay waa ka weynahay waxaan laakiin diyaar u nahay arrintan kula xisaabtamaynaa madaxweyne cabdicasiis dafta gareen kaalintiisa stateka madaxweyne xasan sheekh maxamuud kaalintiisa wuu maqlayaa wuu gaari doonaa idaacaddiisi weytaana hadda ka hadlayno oo maxaa jira inuu yidhaahdo arrintaasna uu ka hadlo ra-iisul wasaaraha kaalintiisa uu qaato dadka kale xildhibaanada stateka ma hadlin federaalka waa wada dhan yihiin waa hadleen mid qoraal sameeyey iyo mid haddayba waa idinkaga mahad celinaynaa daliishiinu waxay noqonaysaa mustaqbalka iyo waxyaabaha mashruuciyada usoo socda deegaamada loo soo wada maxaad sideenna oo kale arrinta markay dhacdo mudaaharaadka markuu bilowdo u maqashaan maxaa diidan in marka hore laydin soo maro waa matalihii ku matelayay dadka iyo deegaankaas heer waxaan leeyahay federal waa matalihii ku matelayay heer state laakiin in marka shacabkaagu gadoodaan adna aad meeshaad joogto idaacad u yeerato taa laftirkeed waa diidanahay wada shaqayntiina idinka iyo maamulada hadduu yahay maamul state u yahay hadduu yahay federaalna noo soo celiya kalsoonidiina shacabka si aad u kasbataan dadkana ducooyinkoodii inaad maaragtay ilaahay idin siiyo idinkuna taariikh maaragtay aad uga tagtaan waari mayseen warsan ha idinka haro jazaakum allahu khayr warkayga gunaanadkayga waxaan leeyahay labada dhalinyaro ee maanta soomaalida ugu badan waa 9 inta maanta runtii xildhibaannimo ay u ordayaan Ohio laakiin dadka hadda halkan idin yimid oo idinku yiri caruurtii iyo wax walba maanta wixii meesha nagu socda waad u jeedaane waxbaan ka bedelaynaa doorashadii horeyna gogol way idin dhigeen xaflad way idin dhigeen ayaduna waa bilow kuwa ka waaweyn way soo socdaan waxaan leenahay Shaafi iyo maartay Xuseen Jaabir horey u socda codkeena iyo hoomna waa idin garab taaganahay jazaakum allahu khayr assalamu calaykum
aad buu mahadsan yahay suldaanku masha Allah weyn barnaamijka gunaanadkii ayaa inoo soo dhawaatay bakan aan noqdo waxaan u yeeri doonaa adeer maxamuud asagana kaalintii kaga aadineed su'aalka labada kelmad ugu yiraahdo
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. طبعا البراء واحد يسير براوة واحد يسير يا رب يا بحكم براوة في مجال السداد وبو انت اسقطنا السداد ولي اللي مش شيء كل بواي waxaa kala dafay bujiri jiray ninka markuu soo galay baraawe oo yaala la hadlaya sadiga waxa markii lagu bari joogo wad dhoofi jiray si dhaqal jiray lidaba maanta waxay gaartay odayaashii ariga oo cumda dhahay cumda tuulada dadka xukuumay arabaha meel uu fadhiyaa cumda la dhahaa asigoo oo amar wax ma sameyn kartid dadkaas meesha joogaan wax dadka odayaasha ahlu baraa'ah oo baraa'ah waa ina injineer yimaadaan meesha oo wax qabanay oo gooyaan dhulka la dhisay korsaaraya qaab darade mana qabato odayaasha baraa'ah waxa ku xisraa dhulka ilinka iska leh la'aantiin wax ma la sameeyo waa ina hadashaan isdhiirgelisaan بيمارو حتى حكي برتد مو دواكر هذا اللي يشيله كل اللي أهل براو كل كاس وها إسكاله إير إنجليش يصدق كدقو براو بلاغ على بيجي نين أو بور فوت هاي أتغادر بور فوت هاي بور كل توكل ديك بيسو براو قوي على توصل تدكيسلو نين أدرك يوعي marka hadda hadda dhulka la booba hadda baas ku dhisin baraawe biimaalo hadda wax yar xaq qaafta khalaas wax ku jirbash gurigaas ka tarbiya marina hadda di sheegay ka tarbiya dhulkaas oo ahlu baraawe iska lahawa dhinacaas waa la jira dad jira tolka dhan shaqo baas galaala jira ilaa ku baro ilaa jilk ilaa oo waxa haysi jira meesha dhahay afmadow ku leeyahay وانا البو قالوا له صوش هو قال قبل ابو داين قبل توني مفاد كسباي نص عليك اسله هذا وانا البو طلع صف ديس في من الكليك شات فرت له سوش شغال في عقب وانا اهل البرا وانا هاي عمدياش المسجد اودياش يسسن هاي اسكو يسسن اودياش امركو صار تكلمات انجينير oo dhulka gooy hal qof abalo oo laba injineer wali keenaya ay ka baadi ka dhulka bixida yes warka meesha ku raba assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh
umaadsan yahay dhammaantiiba xafladda ka soo qayb gashan aad baan idinku mahadinayaa
Hello everyone, my name is Abdurrahman Hassan. Thanks for being with us. This is Dalmar TV. We have a special guest today with lawyer Ross Flickinger. Mr. Ross Flickinger, welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. Our first question we're going to start today is we would like to have you share a brief story about your law firm, Ross Flickinger Group. The Flickinger Legal Group, how is it dedicated to serve and support the community?
I've been doing this for about 40 years. Flickinger Legal Group has been dedicated to the Somali community for almost 25 years. Just to give you an example, when I first had a Somali individual come into my office, I'd never even heard of Somalia. It was 25 years ago, it hasn't been in the news media, and apparently I must have done a good job for him because he started referring someone to me, and then another person, and then another person, and we've probably represented about 20,000 people of Somali descent. When we originally did it, everybody was immigrants from Somalia.
Yes.
Now, a lot of the people were born here. But we still get the community and they still come in. We've developed and we've devoted our practice to trying to support the community as much as possible. We support the Independence Day program. We support all of the mosques on Ramadan. We sponsor most, if not all, of the soccer tournaments that they have. I was on one of the charter schools that was primarily for Somali students. We do International Women's Day, a wide variety of different things with the community because we believe if we're working within the community and we're making money in the community, we have to give back to that community.
Definitely. Thank you, sir. My second question would be, what inspires you to focus on individuals rather than on businesses, corporations, like on insurance companies? What is your focus? What is the inspiration on just individuals?
I learned this a long time ago that when you go to bed at night, you put your head on the pillow and you lay there and you think, hey, I made a difference in that person's life. I was able to help them through a very traumatic time. It really means something to you. My son, I've been fortunate enough that Justin is an attorney in my office as well. And I explained to him that he's probably going to go through his career and he may have 10 or 20 people that he can sit back and think, I really made a difference in their life. Now, if you work for a corporation or you work for an insurance company, you go to bed at night and you say, hey, I was able to save that insurance company $10,000 and I got it from that little old lady. To me, I just couldn't be satisfied doing that.
Definitely. What type of clients does Flickinger Legal Group handles, and how does it ensure that each client receives personal attentions and the care that the client needs?
We do mostly personal injury, automobile, car, and truck accidents. We have a staff that is very well versed in the Somali community. They know the different nuances to representing people, not only of a different country, but also a different religion. And we take both of those things very seriously. We also know that, especially early on in my career, when I was representing more of the Somali immigrants, they don't understand anything about our system. We would have people that were afraid to get into an ambulance because it was a government vehicle. We also had people that came over who had been through just horrendous times in Somalia during the Civil War. And so I think it's made us very more attuned to exactly what they've been through. And we also like to look at it as, what if I was in their country and I had this problem? What would I want someone to do to help me?
Definitely. Could you share us heartful stories that one of the most impeccable cases or experiences that you had while representing a member of Somali community?
This was probably 8 or 9 years ago. I think right after Justin started with me, we had a young 10-year-old Somali girl that went to a dentist, something most kids do, and she was going to get braces put on. The dentist went ahead, put the braces onto her teeth, and they utilized glue. Now, while they do this, they have her anesthetized so she was asleep. Usually they use a wand to cool it. This specific dentist decided to use a hairdryer instead, which resulted in extremely severe burns entirely around her mouth. And then the dentist just walked out of the room, turned the lights down. Her family went in to get her, horrified at what they saw, took her to Children's Hospital where they thought the family did something to her. They called the dentist, found out exactly what occurred, and we eventually were able to recover a significant sum of money for her so that she would be able to go through any scar revisions, so that hopefully she would be able to live a very normal life. And I'm happy to say that now she is a very beautiful young girl.
Definitely. Thank you so much for that. Can you highlight a notable success stories or significant settlements that you achieved for a member of a Somali community, and how does it possibly change their life? How does it impact their life?
I guess, and this is a very recent one, we had a truck driver who was significantly injured out in California in a trucking accident. And this gentleman came to the United States, like most immigrants, for the American dream. He had very little schooling, had lived in a refugee camp for probably 15 years before he came here, came to Kansas City, self-taught himself English and how to write, and eventually got his CDL and was looking forward to building that American dream when he got run over by a tractor trailer. Now, we were hired to represent him. We went through an extensive period of time because he went through multiple surgeries to convalesce. And unfortunately for him, he's no longer able to work as a truck driver. We were able to get a vocational consultant that verified that. We were able to determine exactly how much he lost over his lifetime. And I'm happy to say we've been able to settle his case for a significant amount of money so that he can be retrained, he'll be able to go back to school, and hopefully continue that American dream.
Definitely. As an experienced attorney, what advice would you give to Somali individuals who may feel hesitate or unsure about seeking legal representation or stand up for their rights?
I think the first thing that's important is you need to make sure you find an attorney you're comfortable with. Just like all professions, there's people that are good, people not so good, people you may get along with, people you may not get along with, but you really need to get someone that you get along with because it's kind of a very personal relationship that you have. So if you can't trust that person and you can't feel good about them representing you, you need to get somebody else. But don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to go to different lawyers. Don't be afraid to do whatever it takes to make sure that you fully understand exactly all of the rights that are available to you.
Definitely. Last but not least, my last questions will be, in your experience, how does the Flickature Legal Group go above and beyond to establish trust and build a strong relationship with their clients from diverse backgrounds, individuals such as Somali community?
I think the biggest way is simply the fact that we look at ourselves as part of the community. We look at the clients that we have from different immigrant status, whether it's from Somalia, Nepalia, Western Africa, as friends. We don't look at them as intruders. We don't look at them as people that shouldn't be here. We consider it our privilege to be able to represent them. Especially with the Somali community, over 25 years, as I indicated, we've become pretty well immersed in the entire culture. And we have found that it's something new to us. It's something we enjoy. It broadens our horizon. I try to learn the language. I'm terrible at it. I do like the food. My son loves the food. And so I think it's important to not just represent people, but understand where they came from, understand where they're going, and try to immerse yourself in their lives so that you can truly get an understanding of what they're going through. As I tell my son, nobody ever comes to us because they're having a good day. Everybody comes to us because something traumatic has happened in their life. And our job is to take that trauma and hopefully resolve it and make something good out of it.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. That's the question I have.
Thank you.
Really appreciate
I
it.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Kusoo dhawaada Dalmar TV Columbus Ohio. Maanta waxay nala joogtaa Senator Michelle Ronalds oo ah senator laga soo doortay District 3. Welcome, Senator Michelle.
Thank you, Shafi. Good to be here with you today.
Senator Michelle, we want to know, who is Senator Michelle?
Well, I am Michelle Reynolds. I am a senator representing Ohio Senate District 3, and that is Franklin County, and it encompasses New Albany, Reynoldsburg, Gahanna, Blacklick, Canal, Winchester, Groveport, Grove City, and about 10 townships. So we are the northeast and southwest part of Franklin County.
Great, great. Senator Michelle, recently you have worked on a Senate Bill 49 at the Senate, and it was really watched closely by our communities. Can you tell us more about the Senate Bill 49?
Yes, well, let me share first of all that when I was on the campaign, I was going around the community and I got to engage with a lot of the New American community. I myself am a faith leader, pastor's wife, and I'm someone who cares deeply about our faith and our values. And so on the campaign, I had some of the New Americans tell me that some of the problems, one of the things that was very important to them was that we have in our school system that our kids are not able to miss certain religious holidays that were important to them, like Eid. And so they asked if I would do something about that. And so Senate Bill 49 is the response to that. And what Senate Bill 49 does is it establishes what we call religious expression days. So we call it the Red Bill, and it makes the K-12 school system give up to 3 excused absences for religious expression, which means that a parent is able to let the school know, the school principal, within 14 days of enrolling in school, which religious expression days that they will be observing for the school year, and their student will be allowed to miss those days and make up their work. And so no matter what your religious background is, you will be approved for those days. It's a non-exhaustive list, but it's a way that we actually can help support our families who want to express their faith.
Thank you, Senator Michelle. Senator Michelle waa senator laga soo doortay District 3 ee Columbus, Ohio. Senator Michelle waxay geysay baarlamaanka Senatka waxay geysay bil la yiraahdo bilka 49 oo ka hadlaya in ciyaalka ama dadka muslimiinta oo ciidaha tagaya ama kuwa aan muslimiinta ahayn oo maalmaha ciidaha leh in ay markasta iyagoo iskuulka laba daran mid doora u noqoto, in maalintii iskuulka uu tagayna ay noqoto in uu ka baaqdo iskuulku ka baaqdo maalinta uu mataqaana u baahan yahay in uu ka qayb galo xafladiisa diiniga ahnaana uu awoodi waa inuu ka qayb galo sababtoo ah de maalinta waxa loo qoray inuu iskuulka uu joogo ama absence loo qoraya. Senator Michelle markii ay campaignka ku jirtay ayay waxay ballan qaaday in ay arintaas ka dhidin doonto, ay mataqaana howlbalan ka qaban doonto. Motionka ayay geysay, motionkina waa loo aqbalay in iskuulka ilmaha loo qori doono absence oo maalinta ciidda ay noqon doonto maalin holiday ah. Senator Michelle, that was a great benefit for our communities. And it does not only reflect to the Muslim community, it also reflects to other religious perspectives where their kids who are always choosing both sides, either to attend school on that day or go back to his or her, ceremony at that day, like the Eid for us Muslims. That's a great thing you did. So how does that reflect up, and how closely can the school administrations and those kids who are attending their Eid ceremony, or those kids who are attending their Christian days, how will this reflect with the schools?
So that's a very good question. Currently, this is in draft legislation. It is in the Senate, and it is going to go before the Senate, the full Senate, on the end of April. It has already been through the committee process. We had lots of great support. As you said, it was not just supported by the Muslim community, but also the Jewish community, Catholic and Christians alike came together to support this bill. Once it passes the Senate, and we believe that it will go over to the House, and it will go back through the same process. It'll go through the committees, and we are encouraging people to call their state representative and say, we support Senate Bill 49, because once it goes to the House floor and passes, then it would go to the governor for signature. Once it goes to the governor for signature, it will become law, which means next year, when Eid comes around, your kids will be able to take the day off, make up their work, and not be penalized for missing a day of school.
Thank you, Senator Michelle. Waxa aad lagu farax weeyaan markii aanu ka hadalno in sanad biilka isaga oo baarlamaanka sanadka la geeyo oo haddana la approve gareeyo in mataqaanaa ilmaha ilaa sanadka dambe ay tagi karaan iskuullada ay dib ugu noqon karaan iyagoo maalmaha ciidda ah aan iskuul aadaynin. Barnaamijka isaga wuxuu u baahan yahay in dadka sida senataryaasha laga soo doortay meelaha kale in districtyada kale in ay ku booriyaan inay arrintaas badgalayaan. Saacadda hadda la joogo Senator Michelle waxay noo sheegtay in mataqaanaa dad badan oo sanad ka mid ah ay approve gareeyeen. Biilkana la soo go'aani doono bisha Abriil kadibna u tagi doono governorka uu saxiixi doono kadibna sharci laga dhigi doono. Waa arrin aad u qaali ah oo muhiim ah in ciidaha ay inoo noqdaan holiday oo ilmaheena ay nala ciidaan iyaga oo ku faraxsan inay waalidiinta la joogaan. Arrintaana waxaa shaqo weyn ka qabatay Senator Michelle. Thank you so much, Senator Michelle. The last question, Senator Michelle, you have been given a high volume of votes by the Somali community here in Columbus, Ohio. What message do you have for them?
So what I want to tell you, first of all, I want to say thank you. Thank you for trusting your vote with me, because without you, I would not be here, and I know that. And I want to thank the Somali community and the New American community, the greater community, for just trusting me and my leadership. And what I commit to you is to being a woman of my word. You're already starting to see some of the action that we take. In my very first bill was Senate Bill 49, what we just discussed. However, that's not the only thing I've done. Senate Bill 54 is a bill that just passed the Senate, and that is for the new African Immigrant Commission. And what that does is that commission was set up a long time ago in the 127th General Assembly. We are now in the 135th General Assembly, and that commission has never received state funding. So it was a commission set up to help Africans and the sub-Saharan African culture. However, without resources, it has not been able to do much. So one of the things that I did was I sponsored legislation with Senator Vernon Sykes, and together we advocated to be able to have this commission get in the state budget to be able to have a grant and gift fund established in the state treasury so that this can be a funded commission. And through the funds that this commission will receive, they will then be able to sub-grant and give make business development grants available to the African communities, particularly our Somalian business owners. So we're very, very excited about the progress that we're being able to make. And that took some bipartisan legislation that I helped to spearhead. Not only that, I am also putting together a career expo that is going to be held in August, and it is a free expo. We are inviting over 150 employers to the State House. It's called the Capitol Square Career Expo, and that is specifically to have employers and jobs come to the State House and also invite all of our diverse communities, our minorities, and invite people who are job seeking, looking for their next opportunity in the tech industry, healthcare, insurance, and all the various industries, public sector, private sector. It costs nothing. I am hosting that at the State House, and so we're inviting you to come and to network. And we will have Intel there, and Intel is in my district. So these are some of just the beginning, what we're starting to do within the first 90 days of me taking office. And I appreciate your support and your vote. And I'm here to listen to what you have to say. And if there's something that is important to you, it's important to me.
Thank you so much, Senator Michelle. That was a great initiative you have passed by, and really we appreciate that. Dadka iyagana daawanahaya waxaan Senator Michelle waxay inoo gunaa 90 bari oo ay baarlamaanka sanadka ay tagtay waxay ka shaqeynaysay in mataqaanaa barnaamijyada hadda soo socdo in ay mataqaanaa horgeliso iyadoo oo waqti laga joogo biilkan isaga ah markaan ka hadlayno waa African Commission waa barnaamij ay dadka Afrikaanka ah ay mataqaanaa commission iyaga khaas u ah weeye waxaa barnaamijka bilaabay rag Soomaaliyeed oo qaarkood magaalada nala joogo aad bay u mahadsan waxaan ka codsan doonaa insha Allah inay nala soo qayb galaan waxay mataqaanaa dib u soo curisay ama u soo kicisay African Commission oo u noqon doono lafdhabar ganacsiyasha Afrikaanka ah oo inagu aan ka mid nahay qayb weyn aan ka nahay waxaa kaloo Senator Michelle noo sheegtay in Korea Expo uu yahay barnaamij shaqo abuur ah oo shaqo abuurkaasna uu noqon doono mid mataqaanaa ummadda iyadana dan weyn u ah wax weyn u qaban doono 9 beri aad waxay u mahadcelisay dadkii soo doortay oo dadka Soomaalida ay ka mid yihiin iyo new immigrant-ka in ay mataqaanaa shaqaday u soo doorteen ay wax badan oo qaban karto company waaweyn ayaa ku soo biiray districtga Michelle laga soo doortay oo ay ka mid tahay Intel oo company aad u weyn dalka Mareykanka laga yaqaan shaqooyin fara badan ayaan la qabanaya ay tiri Senator Michelle, thank you so much for visiting us today at Dalmar TV. It was great to have you.
Thank you, Shafi. It was great to be on your show, and I appreciate the invitation. And I would love to come back and talk with you anytime.
Thank you.
Thank you.
ayadoo magaalada Muqdisho wararka laga tabiyay ay yihiin dilal iyo qaraxyo ayaa haddana waxaa jira dhan togan oo aan si fiican looga hadal waa farxadda dhalinyarada iyo hal abuurkooda waxaa badanaya goobaha ganacsi ee loogu talagalay farxadsiinta iyo madadaalada dhalinyarada waxaan booqanay oo aan wareysanay maamulka Bravo oo ah goobaha ay dhalinyarada Muqdisho kaga dhuntaan xaaladaha taban ee ka jira Muqdisho ugu horeen saadax ku soo dhawo Dalmar TV
ku dhaw
waxaa sharxad guud laga siisaa Bravo goobta madadaalada ay dhalinta ay ku wadaashaan waxa ay tahay
ma santahay marka hore waxa uu madadaalnaa Dalmar sharafeen noo tahay inaan soo booqatay xarunta dhexe Bravo waxaan rajeynayaa inaan maaragtay insha Allah taala waqti badan oo ka badan asla qaadano hadii aan ku bilaabo Bravo Entertainment waa meel magaceeda sida ay wada xumeen entertainment madadaalo waaye waxayna koobantaa waxyaabaha asaasiga ee madadaalada sida garoon kubadda cagta leedahay meel inta badan ciyaaraha ugu caansan madadaalada marka Soomaaliya la dhalinyarada aad u isticmaalaan landhuga lagu dheelo PlayStation lagu dheelo pool tennis dibnada la helaa iyo yaani nooc badan oo kala duwan oo madadaalada runtii waxa furan lahay ku dhawaad sanad waxyaabaha lagu dhaliyana waxay ahayd maadaama Soomaalida inta badan ilaa waagi hore geedaha heeskooda lagu dheeli jiray landhuga waxyaabo la mid ah xaafadaha lagu dheelo PlayStation lagu xifaaltamo waxaa noo soo baxday in dhalinyaradii maaragtay u baahan yihiin goob halaas ka balaaran oo isugu yimaadaan isdhexgal bulshada ka dhasho at the same time dhalinyarada waqti fiican ay ku wada qaataan cagsiga waxyaabaha kale magaalada sida laga aaminsan yahay in dhalinyarada qaabka wanaagsan isku arkaan marka
waa tahay magaalada inta badan waxaa laga sheegaa in dhalinyaro badan qaraxyo ay ku dhintaan kuwa la dilo marka dhalinyaro badan oo ku sidee u soo dhaweeyeen meeshaan madadaalada oo dhalinyarada qaaska u ah
sida meeshaan ka muuqato iyo gobol boo madadaale dhalinyarada aad u soo dhaweeyeen ama ha noqoto dhalinyarada xaafadda degannahay ama ha noqoto si guud dhalinyarada ku nool gobolka Banaadir waxaa u maleysaa dhalinyarada genetic ahaan inay jecel yihiin wax walba sportska madadaalada qaseeyo waxaa xusid mudan meeshaan in kulamada waaweynka ciyaaraha lagu daawado si wada jir ah mararka qaar waxaa dhacaysa qofka daqiiqado soo daahay inuu kursi oo ka weyn ciyaarto ka daawado taasna waxaa ka fahmay sida dhalinyaradu u jecel yihiin inay isku imaadaan iyo inay wax wada qabsadaan farxaddan waxyaabaha koowaad ee waxaa waay sportka ka bilaabataa farxadda markii la dhahayo marka dhalinyaradu waxaa u maleysaa horey ka fahmeen cagsiga maqaayadaha iyo waxyaabaha kale madadaaladu waxaa u maleysaa inuu number 1 ay u tahay marka dhinaca kale u soo jeestana Muqdisho waa magaalo waxyaabo kale badan laga sheego laakiin dhinaceedu wanaagsan nacaa joognaa marka waxaa is leeyahay hore dhalinyarada ku qabsadeen
markay goobtan dhalinyarada yimaadaan waxyaabaha inta badan aad u jecel yihiin waxay tahay
Soomaalida dhalinyarada waxay aad u isticmaalaan landhuga iyo PlayStation-ka marka laga soo tago banooniga garoonka kubadda cagta labada wax aad u xiisaha badan oo xamaasada leh waa landhuga iyo PlayStation-ka mararka qaar anaga waxyaabaha nagu soo laabtaa waxaa laga yaabaa inaad u qorsheyso waqti koobanna meesha xirtid laakiin mararka qaar waxaa kugu imaanaysa qof horjeesan oo fooro la saaray oo PlayStation waxaa laga yaabaa inuu imaado maqrabka ama cishii qorshihiisa oo ahay 6 saac ka hor inuu baxo laakiin qofkii waxaa arkay waqtigu baxay inuu taas waxaa waa laga badiyay kulan badan inuu arsado rabaa marka waa ciyaar xiiso badan sida ka fahmaysa landhuga Soomaalida aad u taqaanay PlayStation-ka marka waxaa labadaas aad loo adeegsadaa
maadaama halkan ay yimaadaan dhalinyaro wiilal bas ma yimaada mase gabdhahana qayb ay ka yihiin
waa sida caadiga dhalinyarada qaybeeda kala duwan wiil iyo gabdhaba waa imaadaan si gaarna baraafa maaragtay gabdhaha waxay ku leeyihiin badnaan gaar ah aadayna maaragtay customer u yihiin gabdhaha waan soo dhaweynaa mar walba
aaday ugu madadaashaan waa tahay dhalinta muqdisho ku nool oo kale maxaa kula talin lahayd dhalinyaro badanaa jirto fikirro ku jiro fikir noocaan oo kale inay sameeyaan maadaama hadda baraafa ay aasaaseen dhalinyaro maxaa kula talin lahayd
waa mahadsan tahay muqdisho sanadihii ugu dambeeyay waxay wadaa korukac wadaa waxaana laga dareemaa muuqa guud ee magaalada inuu isbedelay ganacsiyo badan inay kusoo kordheen oo qayb ay ka tahay baraafa waxaa kula talin lahaa dhalinyarada toban iyo todoba degmo marka la fiiriyo hal meel laba meel iyo shan meel kuma jirno qof walba fikirkiisa maaragtay inuu action u bedelo magaalada meelo badan oo noocaan ay u baahan tahay ugu yaraan xaafad walba halaas oo meel u baahan marka waa soo dhaweynaynaa in fikradaha noocaan ay bataan mar walbana madadaalada iyo sportska waxay wataan nabaday wataan dhinaca kale waxay xoojinayaan nabadda magaalada way xoojinayaan iyo isdhexgalka dhalinyarada hadda waxaa laga yaabaa xaafadan anaka ku aan la taleex waaye annaka intaan imaanin ka hor iyo hadda farqiga u dhexeeyo dhalinyarada xaafadeeda aad ay isku yaqaanaan kuwaas habeen walba isugu yimaadaan inta waxbay isla leelaan banooni isla leelaan waxaa sii badanaya jacayl ka dhexeeyey isdhexgalka dhalinyarada ka dhexeeyey iyo siday isaga warhayaan dhexdeeda marka waxaas leeyahay muhiim ay u tahay magaalada noocaan meelahan camal ay kusoo bataan
wax caqabada ma la kulanteen marka inta hawshaan aad samaynayseen
wallahi ganacsi walba iska caqabad ah dhalinyarada marka waa sameynaya caqabad waxaa way ka sii badan tahay marka alxamdulilah haddii caqabad ay kugu imaan aad la challenge gareyn dee kulay successful ma noqonaysid marka caqabado waa isku jiraan laakiin waa la soo dhil gareyn almost haddana waxaas leeyahay inta badan caqabadii fursada isku bedelayaan
aad iyo aad goobta intaay ka kooban tahay oo waxyaabaha ma jeceshiin inaad ballaarisaan ama goobo kale aad kasii furataan magaalada muqdisho
waa mahadsan tahay waa number one waxyaabaha ku lagu jiro goobta
to the workload in DC, Congressman Kerry and Secretary of State Franklin LaRose were unable to join us here today, but fortunately, we're able to record a speech test via video. We are looking forward to see what they both have to say tonight. Let's roll the tape.
I'd like to take a moment and thank the Somali American Chamber of Commerce for allowing me this opportunity to speak. I wish I could be there in person to toast your accomplishments. You know, this organization has a special place in my heart. I'm proud to represent such a diverse congressional district where so many of my neighbors, and more importantly, my friends, are members of this Somali American community. That's why I'm glad for the opportunity to honor the hard work of the Somali American Chamber. Your efforts in boosting Ohio's economy, believe me, have not gone unnoticed. Somali American workers are helping revive vital industries from the manufacturing to the service sector. Tax dollars from these Somali American businesses are helping fund our schools and our transportation projects. And the Somali American culture has strengthened what it means to be a Buckeye. So today, we stand to recognize your success. At 45,000 strong, Columbus has the second largest Somali American community in the nation. The Somali American Chamber has been a critical voice for this community. But more importantly, your work has been critical to revitalizing the city of Columbus as well as Central Ohio. Somali American businesses have fueled Ohio's economic resurgence. 7% of all Ohio entrepreneurs are new Americans. This new investment is only one reason why Ohio is ranked as #1 in the nation's best business climates. But outside of statistics, the human impact of the Somali American Chamber is evident all across Central Ohio. Where once stood a vacant city block, now stands a thriving Somali American-owned business. Meanwhile, the Somali American community centers are working hard to combat violence in and on our streets. Having grown up at a time when manufacturing plants and factories were leaving Ohio, I'm proud of this development. Ohio was once the bedrock of middle class, and with your help, it will be again. During my time in Congress, I've also gotten to know many of you. I've learned firsthand about the tragedy that forced many Somali Americans to immigrate to Ohio. You came here with little more than the clothes on your back in pursuit of the American dream, even if you didn't know but by name. Your resilience in the face of unspeakable tragedy is one reason why I'm pushing back against this administration's plan to hike up visa fees for asylum applicants. These fee hikes would make it harder for small businesses to recruit workers necessary to grow, while making it more costly for asylum seekers to come to the U.S. We're also working in Washington to remove overzealous regulations that are throttling small business. Small businesses are the lifeblood of Ohio's economy, something the Somali American Chamber knows better than anybody else. In recent years, the Somali American businesses have faced tremendous hurdles. First, a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic that shuttered businesses and exposed the fragility of our supply chain. Then, as the pandemic began to rescind 40-year high inflation drove up the price of raw materials, making it more expensive than ever to run a small business. Many of you are dealing with these complications, but we will overcome them together. And I'm committed to be a partner for you, the Somali American Chamber, as we work to rebuild our economy. I'll be asking your advice on how Congress can do more to help. So I'm honored to be speaking to you today. Again, I wish I was back in Central Ohio with you, but thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you to Congressman Kerry for the kind words. Now we will be showing the video from Secretary of State Franklin LaRose.
To my friends at the Somali American Chamber of Commerce, hello. It's Frank LaRose, your Ohio Secretary of State, and I just wanted to send you a quick message to say thank you. Just like successive generations of great American immigrant families have done, you all are contributing richly to the culture, to the business life of our state and our nation. This is the story of my family 90 years ago when my great-grandfather immigrated from Italy and started a business. And this is the story that you all are writing for yourselves and for your future generations right now. What you all have done is truly, really remarkable. You're giving back so much culturally to this state. And I know that there are many great things to come. I look forward to all of the things that you all are going to do and have been doing as entrepreneurs. I say thank you for that, and we stand with you. If there's ever anything that we can do at the Secretary of State's office, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you to Secretary of State Franklin LaRose as well. Let us warmly welcome Representative Dave Dobos to the stage. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we are grateful for your ongoing service to our community.
Feel forward to hearing your words and ideas.
Came about 25 years ago when I was serving on the Columbus Board of Education. That is when so many Somali folks started moving to the Columbus area, and we as a board were trying to figure out how can we help folks get that education they need so that they can be part of the fabric of our communities. And through the years, that has taken place. We devoted the resources in the city school district to make this happen. And it's one of the reasons that I see my colleague out there, Representative Abdullahi, it's you and, of course, Representative Mohammed. You know, we now have 2 Somali Americans in our Ohio legislature. And it's a tribute to all of you and the work that you have done to become part of the fabric of the Central Ohio community. My grandparents all came here over 100 years ago from the country of Hungary, just prior to World War I. In fact, my grandfather tells me he in one sense was a refugee and that he knew that Europe was going to war. He came here in 1907. He came just prior to World War I starting. He knew Europe was going to war and he wanted a better life. So with $200 in his pocket, he left a small village in the country of Hungary in Eastern Europe, traveled to the Adriatic Sea, got on a boat, came to America, never to go back again. And he worked all his working life in coal mines and copper mines in the western United States and in West Virginia. And I say this because my parents would tell me the stories when I was growing up of some of the challenges they faced being new Americans, if you will, being kids of immigrants, and some of the challenges they faced in their greater community. And I said when I got elected to the Board of Education, we can't have those types of challenges. We can't wait 2 generations for me to assimilate and to become part of things. We've got to do this immediately. It's very important for our overall Columbus community that all of us participate meaningfully in the economy. And now with Intel coming to town, with the new battery factory down in Fayette County, with all of the business growth that we're seeing, it's really important not only that we have the type of economic vitality within this community with over 500 members of this Chamber of Commerce, but also for those who don't wish to start businesses, that they are prepared to take really good jobs with those companies that are coming to Columbus. Because we want all of us to be prosperous, and what our office is about, and my guess is what Representative Abdullahi's office is also about, is trying to make sure that everyone has that opportunity here. So I pledge to continue to work with the Chamber, with Shafi, and with any of you who want to, anything we can do, come see us, and we will help in any way we can. Thank you for allowing me to be with you this evening.
Thank you so much, Representative Dobos. Next, we're going to invite our keynote speaker, Representative Munira Yassin Abdullahi, on stage. Munira has been in the spotlight for quite some time now due to her immense support for Somali businesses in the community overall. Welcome, Munira.
Thank you very much. You know, one thing I love about Somali business people is we're never shackled by the business wear, the ties. Very little ties, and I love that. Everyone wears, you know, different various clothing, and that's part of the beauty of diversity. So today I'm here to address you all to talk about your success mainly, right? And the reason why we have what we have today. Oh, I feel like if this goes off, I'm just gonna keep talking. Don't worry about it, right? So today I stand before you in awe of the incredible journey that you've all brought. You came to this country as immigrants, most of you with nothing. You came maybe not even knowing the language. You came not knowing the system. But today, you're business owners. You built schools. You built hawlad. You built grocery stores. You built this area right here that's so beautiful. And it is such a rare skill that immigrants have to come to a country not knowing the language, not knowing the system, being confused, but we don't take the time to stay confused. We take the time and we go, you know what? We're gonna make a business here, we're gonna make a home here, and we're gonna build the future for our children. And that's what we did. And when the congressman was talking about the numbers, how many small businesses were opened up by new Americans, by immigrants, by refugees like themselves, it's so amazing. And the reason why Ohio is one of the fastest growing states, Columbus is the fastest growing city in the Midwest, and I'm gonna say that's because of the new Americans, because of the immigrants, because of you guys. The Columbus is growing because of you, I gotta say it, right? You're building these businesses since 2019, some of you guys came like 19, what's the oldest that you guys came here? Who came here before 1980? Is there anybody that came here before 1980?
No, 1983.
1983? Look at that, after 1980 is the earliest person. MashaAllah, let's give a round of applause to that guy. He's been here for a long time. We are pioneers who paved the way for growth and development in the city. And as immigrants, we carry with us the richness of our diverse cultures, diverse traditions and perspectives, and we make it the foundation of our entrepreneurship. Somali, we don't come and start businesses and build communities and forget our culture. You still have your culture. That's what you know. But you're building these businesses and you're showing other people in Ohio how it's done. We are pioneers. We're building a society, not just for our own people, but for everyone. Our schools have more than Somali kids there. Our businesses serve more than Somali people, right? And it's so beautiful, and I'm so proud to serve you guys as the first Somali woman in office in Ohio. And that work would not have happened without you guys. I would not have made it without you guys. Let me tell you one very amazing thing that I always brag about whenever I go to, I get invited to a lot of places because it's history making, so they invite me to different conferences across the country, mainly, about talking about diversity, my journey, and I always talk about how it was because of Somali businesses that I was able to have a campaign that has integrity. I told myself, hey, let's cover yourselves. This is because of you guys. I told people, I remember when I was starting, first I started by myself, just to volunteers, then I had a campaign consultant, and I told them, I'm not taking any corporate PAC money, and I'm not taking any big super PAC money. I'm only going to take small lobbyists that environment and maybe the Diabetes Association, something that I know I care about, but I'm not taking lobbyist money. Lobbyist money, not that thing. How they give money to candidates, I can see on the candidates to ask them to do stuff for them. Let's be real, guys. I want to keep it simple. they give money, they donate for, you know, favor, influence. I said, I'm not taking that. And he was like, how are you going to make money? How are you going to fundraise? How are you going to survive? I said, don't worry, I got it. I got a good community. And we did it. We would not have done that without you guys. And that's the beauty of our community. We support each other. And I love how Shafi was talking about coming together and breaking down the barriers. Khabir, right? Right? I didn't know what Khabir was before that, man. And I saw it because I didn't feel it as much. People weren't asking me as much. People were supporting me. They didn't ask me whatever. Everybody else, the list. I can see it. They gave me the money, right? And when we come together, well, my brothers, we have to keep doing that. We have to keep coming together, unifying. Because we're not going to survive if we don't stay together. There's not that many of us. He said 45,000, which is a big number, but it's not that many compared. Ohio has a couple million people. And we're not going to survive if we don't work together. And not just in the Somali community, but the larger Muslim community. My main job is as a director for the masjid. My biggest goal is connecting different Muslim communities together. And not sticking in our little, Hala stay in Masjid Taymiyyah, stay at, Masjid Mas, stay at Masjid Abu Bakr. We have to all work together because we're one community. We're one people. We worship one Ilahi. So when we come together as an ummah, that's how we survive. That's how we go forward. Am I right? That's what Prophet ﷺ said. The ummah is like one body. If one hand is hurting, one finger is hurting, everybody should be hurting. So I want you guys to remember that. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep succeeding. Keep making that money. And take that money and give it to the community. Excess. Zakat, more than that actually. Give what you can. Because when you give, your wealth is not diminished, right? What you give will be doubled and returned to you. More. You're going to get extra. Mom, Ilahi promises already. Your risk is already promised for you. So give what you can to the masjids. Give what you can to the organizations. Support the youth. Sponsor the youth. We have so many programs. It's so hard to get. Look, there's youth right there. Sponsor that youth, man. Look at clap for him too. And all these youth that are here today. They're doing good work. He's doing great work. So look at before Hadi Mansur. Talk to him. Ask him what he's doing. Ask him what programs he's trying to achieve. Work with the youth. Do you guys know Max is building a new youth center? I'm going to come ask you guys at some point. Be ready. But we need to invest in these centers. We need to invest in these spaces for our children. And for everyone else. For everyone else's children as well. We need to continue investing in our communities. Gantina, right? You're going to get more, inshallah. Jazakallah khair, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for the Somali Chamber of Commerce. You guys do amazing work. I'm looking forward to supporting you, inshallah.
Let's give another round of applause for Representative Munira. Thank you so much, Representative Munira. You are an inspiration to many, and I love how you express the beauty of community and the beauty of coming together. And now a warm welcome to Russ Flickinger, as he is an injury lawyer who has been in collaboration with the Somali community for 30 plus years. Welcome, Russ.
Big mistake. Saturday, 10 o'clock, you're giving the microphone to a lawyer, a trial lawyer that loves to talk. You guys are going to be here all night. And so what I want to do tonight, I want to be completely truthful. While I'm here, and I love all you people, and I enjoy being here, I'm here for one reason only primarily, and that is to network, to build my business, and to make money. And that's what every one of you needs to think about. I'm talking to a small business community. You are not truck drivers owning trucking companies, small businesses. You're not owning daycares. You are small business owners, and you all have to think like small business owners. While I'm sitting over there, I'm sure these gentlemen were saying, why is Russ looking at his phone all the time? I'm on Facebook because I got a whole lot of ads that I put out today for motorcycle stuff that we do, and I got to make sure that I am boosting and hitting as many people as possible. 24/7, I am thinking how to build my business, and I've been doing that for 40 years. If you don't believe me, ask my wife. We go on vacation, and I am told to put my phone into a box. She locks it, and I am not allowed to get it back for 1 week. They get 1 week a year where I leave it alone. I know the Somali community very well, and I know how hard all of you work. I've become friends over the last 25 years with many of you. I have seen you grow. I have seen you do fantastic things with all the businesses and everything else you do. One of the things I'm amazed at is if someone gets hurt, something happens, within 24 hours, you have all come together and taken care of that person. And I just want to say how much I admire the community you all have within Central Ohio. I guess the only thing I want to leave you with today is work hard, try to build your businesses, and when you do take care of yourself and you are able to do the things that you want to do, then it is time that you give back as much as you can to your community. Many years ago, I sat down with my son, who's an attorney with me, and I said, we are making money off of the Somali community. We need to give back. We need to do something more. And in that time, we have given thousands and thousands of dollars back to the community through numerous different organizations, including tonight. You don't need to applaud. I'm not saying that because of that. What I'm saying is, first take care of yourself. Make the money. Make yourself successful. And then make sure you take care of everybody else out there. Thank you very much for having me tonight. I don't want to talk any longer. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ross Flickinger.
Now we will introduce onto stage Ezra Esadora, who's representing American for Prosperity. Welcome, Ezra.
As with our other speakers this evening, I appreciate the opportunity to be here this evening and to share this special night with the Somali American Chamber of Commerce. Over the years, I've been involved tremendously in the community as well as a former past president of the Hispanic Chamber of Columbus here in Ohio, an officer with the Hispanic Chamber in Western Pennsylvania when I lived in Pittsburgh. But more importantly, what I love about this program tonight, it reminds me of my family's own story of coming to this country. My father and mother came here now over 50 years ago, and they struggled. My father didn't know English. My mother didn't know English. She said we would learn, she and I'm the oldest of 3 siblings. We learned English together watching Sesame Street at home. And that's how my mother learned. And my father learned in the marketplace as a goldsmith and the owner of a jewelry store. And all this to say that over the last 50 years of American history, there have been many blessings for newcomers, for new Americans who are the energy. The representative was absolutely right. The New American community revitalizes and reminds America of the promises of her founders and the dreams that successive generations of Americans have had. And something has changed over the last 50 years. You know, we've discovered in our homes, especially in the last few years of COVID, that in many of our schools, they are undermining the traditional values that sustain our families and that keep our cultures together and that represent the most closely held beliefs we hold dear. And we've had government leaders look at business owners and say, well, if you own a small business, you didn't build that. I'm sorry, yes, we did. For the women and men who've worked hard in shops, behind the wheel of trucks, in warehouses, wherever it's been, to build that business. And I'm going to attest, even for my sisters and my part, we missed out on a lot of after-school activities because our parents needed us at home, and when we were old enough, needed us at the business to play our little part to help. We revitalized this country's economy and energy, and we need to also learn how to have more influence in public policy, to defend our values and our principles, to lift up our own voices. And on behalf of Americans for Prosperity, I'm not here to offer any solutions to you to solve your problems. I'm here to hopefully to work together with this community so that we can solve our problems together and we can share those experiences and have a more effective voice in Columbus, downtown at Capitol Square, and in Washington, D.C. So again, I'm very happy to be here this evening. Congratulations to the Somali American Chamber. Many more years of success, and I look forward to coming back next year, too. Thank you.
Thank you for such inspiring words, Ezra. Now we're welcoming District Director of U.S. Small Business Administration, Everett Woodell, on stage. Welcome, Everett.
A couple years ago, Terry, through some relationships, we decided we, as a federal agency, had done a poor job of reaching out to our diverse chambers, whether they be the Somali American Chamber, the Hispanic Chamber, the Asian American Commerce Group. So we got together, but I really wanted you as chamber members to know and realize the leadership that you have in Shafi. He brought us together, we sat down, and we decided to build some coalitions, some strategic alliances between the diverse chambers. That was very important. Then we brought the Ohio Chamber in, and we signed a strategic alliance with them. That is opening up opportunities for the Somali community. If you're not at the table, you're what's for lunch. That's what an old adage, right? So we need to make sure you're at the table. And with the Hispanic Chamber layer, we have built this coalition, and we're making sure that you have opportunities. Through this partnership, we brought Intel to the table. They sat down and spoke with Somali small businesses as well. 7,000 truck drivers. That's important, right? It's very critical to the logistics in Central Ohio. So this isn't about me. This is about your leadership and his willingness to sit down and think differently, to bring groups together. We now have a strategic alliance where the Somali Chamber, the Hispanic Chamber, and the Asian Commerce Group are working together to pursue contracts, whether federal or state. Think about that. That was unheard of just 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. So we're extremely excited. So Shafi, I think it's important for the chamber members to know it was your leadership. We've had coffee many times and sat down and had those discussions. And Terry, it wouldn't have been possible without your leadership and your understanding through ODOT and the Somali community. And then we got together. So for me, I just want you to know what your leadership is doing to try to make it better for all of you as entrepreneurs. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Everett. Now welcoming representative of Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, Lair Marin Marcom. Welcome, Lair.
Thank you. Again, I will probably going to be one of the last, so I will try to be as fast as possible. But I know that by now, hopefully, we are going to be friends. I have been meeting many of you throughout the community. I have worked with the Hispanic Chamber for over 20 years, and also with the Ohio Chambers for many as well, and with many of the other cities in Ohio, with Cincinnati, Cleveland, Dayton, Akron, Canton, and Toledo. I have reached out to all our entrepreneurs and have brought them together. And I'm hoping that continuing the work here with the Somali community is going to be even more inspiring. We share a lot of faith. We share a lot of diversity and a lot of cultural backgrounds. We are going through some of the same sufferings, and we sometimes feel like we're at the bottom of that food chain in entrepreneurial and businesses with our communities. I would like to be able to reach out, to continue to collaborate, to continue to partner. Our first MOU with the Somali Chamber took place over a year ago, and also with the Asian Pacific and Islanders. It is really exciting to see a wonderful group of entrepreneurs, of community members here tonight that I didn't see 25 years ago when I came here. So, like many of you, I am very inspired. It is very emotional, and it's also great to see a representative that's a woman in our Congress. Thank you so much to all of you. And continue fighting. You can do it, and in Spanish we say, sí se puede. Thank you for having me here today.
Thank you, Lair. Now we will invite Mohammed Dalmar, owner of Dick Freights, onto stage to give us a speech. Welcome, Mohammed.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. كل في Somali ما كوه هذا الدونا بعدما Somali لو بدي أنت إنجليش كده كوه هذا الشيء والله يبقى هذا كل شيء يمشي هذان أوجان لها وهم الناس يسود بهذه لكن وحن آل يا أبو مهلين يا حفتنا قروش البدن ماشى لأنه كوع السومي شافي يجرود كيسة يكومينتي الصومالي ده يعاوه كنا صوتي من runtii aad iyo aad baad ugu mahadsantihiin imaatankiina iyo kasoo qaybgalkiina shirkan sidan u quruxda badan ee masaajidadeenii iyo communitygeenii iyo macallimiinteenii iyo aqoon-yahanadiiba ay joogaan keliya hal arrin baa caawa aniga maskaxdayda si aad iyo aad ugu soo noqonaysa wuxuu yidhi shaafi nambarkii toban muxuu ahaa 13,670 mise 760 lambar noocaas oo kale ah oo ganacsiyo Soomaaliya baa magaalada ku yaalay arrintaas waxay ahayd arrin aan u malaynayo kulli cid badan oo ku baraarugsanina ma jirto aniguna hore uma ogeyn marka aad iyo aad baad ugu mahadsantihiin shaqo abuurka iyo inaad waddankan ka shaqaysateen oo ka faa'iidaysateen oo wax ka barateen oo ku ganacsateen.
Hello, my name is Sabrina Mohammed and this is Dalmar TV. Today we are here at Northtown Chiropractic, located at 2240 Morris Road, where they treat a bunch of different ailments such as neck pain, headaches, migraines, and more, treated by Dr. Larry Benson.
Take some films of you. Stay right here. Look straight. Get my machine ready for you. Good. And stay right there. You're doing good. Yeah. Okay. Look straight ahead. Pick your chin up. So these nerves, they come out of your neck into your arm. And sometimes the nerve here, see, it gets pinched. It gets pressure, and that shoots pain down your arm. So we have to take your spine like this and straighten it. And straighten it up for you. Because yours is like this. We want to be able to straighten it. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, so this x-ray here, you can see your teeth. You're looking in this direction here. Okay.
Yeah.
So one of the things I'm looking for on this x-ray, and get ready to move this, I'm going to compare it with what is normal up here. This is a normal spine. A normal spine is a normal curve. Do you see how this is a curve here? Your spine is more straight. There's no curve. Yours is very straight. You should have a curve like this in the neck. And that tells me that your spine, like this is good, that's good. But yours is this way. That's no good.
Okay.
And so you're gonna get pain.
On my shoulder.
You're gonna have pain right through here.
Yep.
You wanna come over? All this pain through here because your head is too far forward. Okay? So you're gonna get headaches, neck pain. You might also get pain down into the arms and shoulders because this is too straight. Okay? So this x-ray looks like, kind of like, almost like this one. And there's been changes to it. Feel pretty good? Yeah. Good. Yeah, all these muscles that you got injured in the accident, they get really tight. And that prevents you from moving. And we want to loosen them up so that you can get the range of motion.
Yes. Yep.
This leg, bring this leg up. Can you bring it up? Is that sore?
Yeah.
And this one here, bring it up. Is that sore?
No.
Not too bad. Okay.
Too bad.
So the problem is. goes up. And then maybe when he sits up, he can kind of... Your problem is down through here. What this table does is it actually creates space. You see that space?
Yeah.
Right now, the nerves are pressed.
I'm ready.
And so this is, the nerves get pinched, and this table does that. So we create a little more space. That's what it is.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. halkani waa Dalmar TV. dhagaystayaal Dalmar TV waxaad ka daawan kartaan si toos ah channelka 3210 32.10 local channels ee TV-ga guriga ku yaala. waxaa kaloo Dalmar TV ka daawan kartaan YouTube-ka oo live hadda aad toos u daawan kartaan, TikTok waa ka daawan kartaan, Facebook waa ka daawan kartaan. maanta waxaa sharaf inoo ah in uu nala joogo mudane Ras Filikajer oo ah lawyer in badan Soomaalida la soo shaqeeyay oo weli wax cusub oo fara badan haddana kusoo kordhiyay ummadda. maanta isaga marti noogu ah telefishinkeena Dalmar halkan maanta waxaan wareysan doonaa, weydiin doonaa waxa uu soo kordhiyay iyo shaqada uu qabto iyo sida uu qabto iyo waqtiga ka soo wareegtay inta uu Soomaalida shaqeynay. Ras Filikajer, welcome to Dalmar TV.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Ras, first of all, tell us, who is Ras Filikajer?
Well, I'm an attorney. Been doing this for about 41 years. We do mostly personal injury work, a lot of automobile, truck, and motorcycle accidents. I grew up in a very small town in the middle of Pennsylvania, worked my way through college, and came out to Columbus to go to law school. Went in the military for a short period of time, and after that I decided to come back to Columbus and open up my own practice. And we've been fortunate for about the last 20 to 25 years to be able to represent a large number of originally Somali immigrants, and now individuals who actually were born here but are just of Somali descent.
dhegaystayaal Ras Filikajer waa nin lawyer ah oo ilaa iyo 41 sano kusoo jiray shaqada lawyernimada. Ras waqti badan ayuu kusoo qaatay in uu la soo shaqeeyo Soomaalida siduu inoo sheegay. waqtiga badan waxyaalo kala kulmay maanta oo weydiin doona iyo shaqada uu qabto sida ay u fududahay. Ras, again, welcome to Dalmar TV.
Thank you.
Tell us how long have you been with the Somali community, and what can you say? What motivated you to work for them and join them? And I see you in every event. I see you in several other Somali community events. What motivated you to align with this community?
Well, I think it was about 20 to 25 years ago, a Somali gentleman came into my office. He'd been in an accident. At the time, I'd never heard of Somalia, had no idea where it was. Must have done a good job for him because he referred a couple people who referred a couple people who referred a couple people, and pretty soon we were representing a large number of Somali immigrants at that time. I decided that because we were making money off of the community, it was our duty to try to put some of that money back into the community, and that's when we opened a nonprofit, and we began doing work with Somali Can and scholarship money, and then we began doing the soccer tournaments, and it kind of just began to snowball to where we're involved in pretty much every event that's done here when it has something to do with the Somali population.
Thank you, Ras. mudane Ras wuxuu inoo sheegay dhagaystayaal, wuxuu inoo sheegay in uu Soomaalidu waqtiga ula shaqeynayay uu macnaha arkay in ay yihiin ummad wanaagsan oo lala shaqeyn kara awalan. waxaan weydiinay maxaa kugu qasbay in aad Soomaalida kale la shaqeyso. wuxuu yidhi waxaan arkay dad markuu qofka ku imaado yar hadda wuxuu ka sheekeeyay qof accident galay, qofka kale uu sheegaya yani ummad isku xiran oo si kasta mar kastaba iyaga isku xiran oo markaad mid wax u samayso midka kale haddaad xumaan ku samaysan xumaanta gudbinaya, haddaad wanaag ku samaysan wanaag gudbinaya. Mr. Ras, we have different other lawyers in the city. We have accident lawyers like you do. We have all the kind of lawyers that do same thing you are doing. And some of our communities also go to them. But we don't see them in our system, like in our events, in our supporting, as you mentioned, the football club, the sports. I've seen you from 2008, 2009, which is a long time, up to today. You know, it's really amazing sometimes when you look at Ras Filipinja is, you know, supporting this event. Ras Filipinja is doing this for the community. Why are you different from others? Why I'm asking this question is, we know we have a lot of lawyers in town that do the same thing you are doing, but we have seen a significant movement or significant support from the community. Is it that you're making a lot of money from this community? Is it that, what is making you different from other lawyers? When you go to them, you take your money and they give you the service, but they are not visibly seen in the community. Why are you different from them?
I think my parents raised me with a strong sense of duty and loyalty. The Somali people trust me. They come to me, and I think it's only right for me to be loyal to them and to try to give back as best I can to the community. I also enjoy it. I enjoy learning about different cultures, different religions. My son, who's an attorney with me now, also enjoys it, and we look forward to every event that we are part of. But I think it's all part of our civic duty that while we're making money off of this population, it's only right that we give money back and try to help as best we can. And I mean, I think we get more out of it than the Somali population does because we really enjoy it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, actually. Daawadayaal, halkani aad naga daawanaysaan waa Dalmar TV Columbus, Ohio. Mudane Ras ayaa maanta marti noogu ah stationkeena. Mudane Ras waxaan su-aal weydiinay. Anagu waxaan haysanaa looyara kala duwan oo waqti mataqaanaa lawyer oo aad intaad ugu tagtid xafiiskiisa lacagtaada siisid dibnaad u arkayn. Waxaan weydiinay su-aasha ah, maadaama looyariinta waddanka joogo ay caadi u tahay inaad lacagta intaad siisa shaqadu kuu qabto aanad wax kale ku dhacarkin, isagana aan ku aragno community-ga. Maxaa kaaga duway looyarada kale aan weydiinay? Wuxuu yidhi aabahay ayaa wuxuu isoo baray ama waalidkayga ayaa wuxuu isoo baray in aan noqdo qof yacni wixii loo galo abaalkiisa guda inaan noqdo. Waxaan jeclahay buu yidhi maadaama community-gan anigoo aan waxba ahayn ay ila soo qabsadeen in aan waxaan u sameynayay haddana aan dib ugu gudo. Ras, I just want to ask you, tell us more about your law firm. What do you do actually? Specify to our communities, what do you do and what new services did you recently added? Tell us more about that.
Well, our firm's small. It's a father-son firm. We specialize in helping people who have been injured, primarily in either automobile, trucking, or motorcycle accidents. We've had some new exciting developments over the last year, one of which is a new client-based system that we are utilizing. It's called Smokeball. And we're very excited about this system because it allows your file to actually communicate with you so that we send out a text, they go to an app, and they're able to actually upload pictures, medical bills, documents, anything they need to, what goes directly into their file. And we also have some new staff who are extremely excited about working with the Somali population. My paralegal, Meg, who's in charge of the new Smokeball system, is very dedicated to making sure that every one of our clients understands what's going on with their case, and that if they have any questions, we can answer those immediately.
Great. And tell me, how have you ever seen situations where somebody will come up and you don't even speak a word of English? Who helps you on that?
We see that all the time. Luckily, we have a very strong base of interpreters. There's one gentleman, Abdi Ahmed, who's been my friend and been my interpreter for about 25 years. He is always available if we need someone. And so the staff is able to contact him. He's in our office quite frequently, and it makes things a lot smoother because we do have situations where people will come to our door, don't speak any English, and we need help immediately. And we have a pretty strong staff of interpreters, especially Abdi, to help us.
Thank you so much, Ras. daawadayaal mar kale iyo halkan on studio Dalmar TV waxa aan weydiinay su-aal ah maxaad macnaha sida muxuu yahay fahamka loo fahmka uu ras filinka ama filinka loo fahmlo loo yaqaano muxuu qabtaa ama siduu u shaqeeyaa mudane ras wuxuu inoo sheegay in loo fahamkan uu yahay loo faham aaba iyo wiilkiisa ka shaqeeya dadka u shaqeeyana dad mataqaanaa kooban ay yihiin communitygan in badan la soo shaqeeya su-aal waxaan weydiinay ah in sidee dadka soomaaliyeed oo aan luuqadda aqoonin oo marka aan garanaynin ingiriiska sideed u caawin kartaa wuxuu inoo sheegay inuu haysto dad turjubaano ah sida walaalkeen cabdi axmed oo kamid ah dadka mataqaana isaga u shaqeeya oo aanu naqaano nin mataqaana xil dheer kule mataqaana gobolkan ohio wax badana kasoo shaqeeya soomaalidana mataqaana aad ay ugu kalsoon tahay ayaa u shaqeeya marka mudane ras waxaan weydiin doonaa sidee oo u fudud oo mataqaana dadka ay kusoo raadin karaan ay ku heli karaan sida kugu fudud maxay tahay su-aasha ayaan weydiin doonaa isagaa nooga jawaabay Ras, I just want to ask you, how oftenly can someone reach out to your law firm? Overnight, people goes into accident. You're an accident lawyer. When someone, when someone is stressed out, whenever he has an accident or she, he will just pick up his phone and say, let me call my lawyer. What is the easiest way those individuals can reach out in the middle of the night or over the day? What's the method that they can use to reach out to you?
Well, there's a couple different things they can do. One is they can go to our website, and once they're on our website, there'll be a little box that'll come down, and it's a chat box. And they can click on that, and they can start talking to someone who will immediately contact one of us. We may not be able to talk to them right there at that very second, but we'll get that, and within 5 minutes we can return the call. Also, if it's off hours and they have our phone number, they can call and leave a message. Those messages go directly to our emails, and we're notified that we have an email message. So we're able to handle it pretty much 24 hours a day.
Thank you so much. su-aashaan weydiinay mudane ras wuxuuna yidhi haddii aad accident gasho maalan adigoo habeennimo jooga ama waqti adag jooga in aad xiriirkaas samayn karto waxay tahay inaad online gasha oo aad halkaas markaad onlineka barnaamij ku qorto in markiiba maase isagu dhacayo ay dibna kula soo xiriirayaan ama numberka halkaa ku qoran aad garaacdid numberka markaad garaacdidna hadduu xitaa voicemail kaa galo waqti dambe habeen ay tahay isla markiiba isaga uu dhacaya so is there a direct number right now you can tell us that automatically goes either to your voicemail or goes to your son voicemail or goes to the office in the first thing in the morning? Is there a direct number you can share with our viewers right now?
Area code 614-944-5055. If you contact that number, if you don't get a live person, you'll get my voicemail. Leave a message. Like I said, it goes directly into my email. I'm notified, and then we can return the call.
Thank you so much. Numberka hadda uu inoo sheegay ayaad kala soo xiriiri kartaa mudane ras. Mr. Ras, I will also ask you another question. You mentioned that you support community initiative. Is there a specific, except the sports that you mentioned, is there a specific other community organizations that you usually support?
Pretty much everyone that's affiliated with the Somali population. The Chamber of Commerce, obviously, the Somali Can, the International Women's Day, we sponsor that as well. There's also certain different events like Somali Independence Day. At Ramadan, we also support all of the mosques. So it's kind of a wide area that we try to help out.
Thank you so much, Ras. waxaan weydiinay mudane ras maxaad sideed u caawisaa sidee aad support u samaysaa wuxuu inoo sheegay in maadaama waxa isaga uu kaga duwan yahay looyarada kale inay tahay in markii ay soomaalidu soo gacan qabatay inuu isaga gacan qabto su-aal waxaan weydiinaa waa maxay waxaad qabato wuxuu sheegay oo xaqiiqa ah anigu aan kamid ahay ama aan madax u ahay Somali American Chamber of Commerce uu si toos u caawiya waxaa kale inoo sheegay mudane ras in masaajidada uu caawiyo waqtiyada ramadaanka oo uu mataqaanay dhaqaale siiyo toosan. Our last question, Mr. Ras, you have been working with the Somali community for a long time. What message do you have for them today?
Well, I think I have more of an observation. And my observation, and I said this several years ago, I was sitting in probate court. We were trying to get money to individual children. This individual was a truck driver who passed away, and we were trying to get the money to a refugee camp over in Kenya. And one of the gentlemen that was sitting there interpreting for us began explaining to me that he could tell me how many children of Somali descent were at Ohio State, how many were in graduate school, how many were at University of Dayton. And I said, how do you know that? And he said, well, the Somali people really put a lot of emphasis on education. And one thing I've learned from being with most of my Somali clients and friends, they are striving to make a better future, not just for themselves, but for their children. And they really understand that education is the pathway. And I'm just extremely impressed of how close and how much effort this community puts into not just making themselves better, but really that strong family bond. And it's just very impressive to be around.
Thank you so much. Mudane Ras waxaan weydiinay maxaad u haysaa fariintaad u dirayso dadka Soomaalidu in badan soo shaqeysay maxay tahay? Wuxuu ka sheekeeyay dadka Soomaalida ammaan isagu uu ka amaanay in ay yihiin dad mustaqbalkooda ka dadaala markasta oo ilmaha inay iskuul aadaan oo qofku uu noloshiisa isaga habaysto uu noloshiisa u fikiro uu noloshiisa ka fikiro. Marka waxaan su'aal kale weydiin doonaa waxyaalaha cusub uu ku soo kordhay jirta. Marka taasna isaga dib u weydiin doonaa. I will also ask you this question, Mr. Ras. Recently, you are also doing other services for the trucking. What are those services? We have significant members within our society that are in the trucking industry. And we would like to know what services do you give out in terms of trucking, either trucking accident or any other services?
Well, primarily we represent people who've been injured in trucking accidents. But we also try to advise truck drivers with regard to insurance, with regard to legal entities that they may want to form. In other words, an owner-operator may want to form his own LLC. By forming his own LLC, he may be able to also cover himself with workers' compensation, so that if he is in an accident that's his fault, or an accident where no one has insurance, he has a fallback to Bureau of Workers' Compensation. We have a lot of clients, unfortunately, that get in accidents that are their fault, or where there's no insurance and they don't have that fallback. So we try to advise the truck drivers, even before they get in an accident, how best to protect themselves.
So will you be able to offer services? This is through Dalmar TV, where we can have kind of training online, where we'll have kind of these interviews. We're gonna, reach our members in the Somali chamber and tell them that on this day, every month, Ras Filimita is giving out his time to train you on what to do in situations where you are involved in an accident and you don't have workers' compensation, or you are involved in an accident on the other party is not. Kind of a training. Are you able to do that?
Sure, we'd certainly be very happy to do that.
Thank you so much. daawadayaal mar kale iyo Dalmar TV maanta saan idin sheegnay waxaa noola joogay marti noogu ahaa studio-keena Mudane Ras Filimita ama se loo yaqaano Filimita Law Group. Waxaan weydiinay maxay tahay waxa uu maadaama aan haysano dad badan oo Soomaaliya oo ku jiro xagga trucking-ka, maxay tahay waxa cusub oo maanta aad u qabanaysa ama aad u qaban doonto dadka taraagada? Mudane Ras wuxuu inoo sheegay in ay ka caawiyaan awalan Soomaalida iyagoo xitaa aan lacag weydiisanin inay uga sheegaan ama ay baraan sida uu markii accident uu dhaco waxa uu sameyn lahaa. Dad badan oo waxaa jira taraagada leh oo isagoo taraagi leh aan workers' compensation haysanin oo insurance-ka aan aad u garanaynin. Marka saadateed wuxuu yiri dad fara badan oo mataqaanaa Soomaaliya oo trucking ku jiro ayaan caawinaa. Hadday noo imaadaan xafiiska waad ka caawin kartaa. Numberka shaashada aan ku qori doono ayaan insha Allah kala xiriirsaa Mudane Ras. Mudane Ras waxaa kale oo weydiin doonaa insha Allah waxaan weydiin doonaa sida ugu muhiimsan ama waxyaalaha uu kala kulmay oo mataqaanaa trucking-ka ama in uu jiro dad noocaas oo kale hadda ka caawiyo. Last but not least, Mr. Ras, can you tell us any specific individuals or specific incidents where a truck owner from the Somali community that you helped either did not have insurance or did not have workers' compensation that came into your office?
Oh, we've had quite a few that have come in that have had accidents, and one of the biggest issues, and we try to explain this one to them, is the co-driver situation. Where you are a co-driver and the driver of the truck that you are a passenger in is at fault in the accident. Quite often, the insurance on that truck will not cover you because there's an exclusion for what they refer to as co-employees. Even though they're both independent contractors and technically not employees, they aren't covered by workers' comp. The insurance companies also won't cover them. So if you have a situation where you have a trucking owner that does not have any assets to be able to obtain, you may not be able to recover at all. And we have that situation happen quite frequently.
So that means if usually when they go as a team, so when this guy is teaming with the other driver, or either the owner or the other driver, and the owner is
waxaan ka hadlayaa insha Allah laba qodob oo maaragtay su'aalihii hadda ku saabsan su'aalihii hadda kulley waxaan umeynayaa wax ku saabsanaayeen caqiida qofka uu caqiidadiisa dhiso islaamka maanta joogana meesha ku kala baxayo waa caqiidada dhankeeda ima ahlu sunna waljamaaca wa ima ahlu lbidca walkhuraafaat inaa u kala baxaan laba su'aalaan ka soo qaadanayaa su'aalihii hadda oo labadii u dambeeyey الأول وحاول سؤال شيء عبد الرحمن كتير هو أين الله وسؤال آدمي ساكن الأولى وعلماء هذا ما أنت يقولون لحدنا خلاف الكتاب وفوق نتجه أهل السنة والجماعة وعنا أهل السنة والجماعة سيدي أنا قارن أقول سيدي صحيح هذا وجهه سؤال شيء عمرنا هاي ركبنا علماء وليبو ما تيهاسكو مساجد عادي وما في لسؤال كفر كله لكن ماشي هذا ما في دلالة في عن وضعه سؤال شيء سؤال شيء ما في أين الله وصله وجلاله الله في السماء حديثي أو جارية والنبي يقول سؤالنا وفعلتها آياتنا وفعلتها لكن وحكسوا قارنا يا وحي من سيئين تدكو قار يوحي عندك حتى من سنة ووجهه كو أيضا وحا من سيئين الله موجود في كل مكان إلهي وحوجه وعمل تسا وصح إلهي مير تسا وجوه لكن كان مسارد بالعلم وبالذات لكن القرآن هو نفر صارد ما كان عندنا السنة والجماعة جعلنا القرآن وحي تفسير القرآن بالقرآن تفسير القرآن بالأحاديث تفسير القرآن بأقوال الصحابة في سورة الأنعام إلهي وحوله وهو الله في السماء وفي الأرض لا يوجد أرض السماء معك التنبيه تفسير آيات معك التنبيه آياتك التنبيه يعلم سركم وجهركم لا يوجد صيا وحا لو حكستين يوحى ما تريد لكن لا يوجد في كل مكان في كل مكان الحكومة بذات بعلم لكن ملوك صيا ملك الساعة وخالق أصله وأقول أصح جوابنا وحاول جواب ابن مالك رحمه الله إمام المالك قال السؤال شافعي وحكم جواب وحده الاستواء معلوم الاستواء هو شيء كرر والإيمان عنه واجب حق إيمان كله وعقيدة صحيحة له وكتاب القرآن قاناي حديث كده قاناي أمور هنيو سيدي آيات وشرطة حديث شرطنا وواجب والسؤال عنه بدعة إن اسمه يوم شك وكاكا وعيدنا وبدعة مثلا ماشي أي وحكا مقطع عرور نبي يتمنجر عن متوسنة إلى سؤاشي علماء ما تيتطوات السديد كجوابا إنا كجوابين يعني معه حكا ودلالك لك أما إدارة لك أما والدين أما معلمين ما شاء الله والسؤال سؤالها متكسر كذا لكن سؤال اسمه وحاوي أين الله سؤال شكل أيضا أوضح بس وحاوي كيف نعبد الله حديث كتب ما في ملك لا وعلى من العلم ليس وليس مثلا ما مالك من عمل ليس عليه أمرنا فهو رد عملك من آدم وصمينا حدوه ما في وقفة من كتاب السنة ومردود عليه آية القرآن كانوا وما آتاكم الرسول فخذوه وما نهاكم عنه فانتهوا marka waxaa ku cad ardaydan inaa maaragtay caqiidadooda oo islaamiga aad dhisanto oo maanta haddii la doodaan rag waaweyn oo culimee maanta aad ogsoono inaa ayaga maaragtay aan sidii saxda a sheegayo marka dadaalkaas ayadeeda oo la wada muujiyey ama xag idaarada macallimiinta inay la sii wado oo hor loo sii wado horta aa loo baahan yahay insha allah waqtigana wuu gaaban yahay intaasaan kusoo dhamaynayaa wasalaamu calaykum waraxmatullahi
Yusuf with that reminder. All right, I want everyone to pay attention for now. I will not start my next thing until I get every single person in line and facing forward. In 3, 2, we're almost done. 1, 0. Now I'm going to ask you rapid questions, question after question. So I want you to raise your hand, and when I point at you, give me the answer. Do you all remember what we did after we ate our lunch for Monday through Thursday? After we came back from outside, we ate, we cleaned up, we went to the bathroom, made wudu, we cleaned this up, we go row by row. The girls came here. What did we do that time, Muhammad? Speak up. We read prophet stories. Do you remember? And the books that we read. Give me one book that we read for the title. What was the book about? Give me one. Yes?
Allah's best friend.
Allah's best friend. Who was that? Raise your hand. Ibrahim alayhi salam. Good job. What's another book that we read? Yes, Ahmed. Oh no, I'll pause. I have a couple people that are talking and not paying attention. Second row. Osama, pay attention please. Ahmed, go ahead. The King's Magicians. Good. Another book. Yes. Loving Your Parents. Another book. Do you remember where that story came from? Remember where the title and there was a small print. Quran for the Quran story for the little hearts. Now, I'm doing this for a reason. There's someone who's sitting here who donated all those books to us. And we took advantage of that and we benefited from them. Have you learned something, yes or no? And that person is so lucky. He doesn't know how many books we read. We almost finished 1.5 of the books. One box and half of the second box. I want to recognize and show our gratitude to Salim Wood. Where is he? Come here, buddy. I'm put the spot today. Salim Wood is the son of Brother Abdurrahman Wood. Now, if you don't know Brother Abdurrahman, he's a da'i, meaning he's involved in the youth, he's involved in the community masajids, he's a khatib, he's youth lecturer, and now, the thing that he was telling us today, one of the points role model, and that shows that he's been a role model for his son Salim, mashallah. So Salim was the one that donated those books to us. So what do we say to him? Jazakallahu khairan. We still have one more box to finish. His dad will hand him the gifts. Barakallahu feek. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you, and we appreciate you for the thought. And each one of these kids, how many of you guys were able to read a book? Came to the front and you read a book. A lot of you guys read it, right? Good. And we'll continue, inshallah. Jazakallahu khairan, Salim. And now I want to give the mic to Ma'alin Ali to our final
certificate. His life tonight from Masjid al-Taqwa, inshallah ar-Rahman. And we're going to thank Shafi Shafar, the owner of the Dalmar TV. This young man is the owner of Dalmar TV. And inshallah, everybody will see your face and your answers online very soon. And what I do, inshallah, the teachers will give and Abdurrahman to certificates. I give the names and I pass them the documents and then they will give out. The first I will start the teachers. So Abdurrahman will give the teachers, I want to call them. Yeah. The first one, daughter. Yeah. Number one is Ma'al Mustafa Hassan. Ma'al Mustafa Hassan, mashallah. They have work on the summertime. Number two, Ma'al Abdulaziz Abdi. Ma'al Abdulaziz Abdi. Check the yours. Jazakumullah khair. And number three is Ma'al Khadra Farah. Ma'al Khadra Farah. Ma'al Kawbidiya. Check the name. Number four, Ma'al Adam. Ma'al Adam, he wanted to get the visa, inshallah. He's bringing the visa. So we'll keep for him. Number five, Ma'al Yusuf Muhammad. Ma'al Yusuf, mashallah. Ma'al Yusuf. Number Ma'al Harun Abukar. Ma'al Harun Abukar. And Ma'al Sahara Abukar. Ma'al Sahara Abukar. Ma'al Sahara Abukar. Yes. And finally, Ma'al Zakaria Darik. Now, that's all. We have teacher assistants. Teacher aid. Number one is Suhaib Ahmed. Suhaib Ahmed. Number two is Salman Laili. Let's go to Salam. Salman Laili is not here. Zainab Abu Bakr. Now we have a student who passed he got today. They got this. Adnan Musa. MashaAllah. If you can go to one, inshallah, to your teacher, everybody. Afnan Muhammad. Afnan Muhammad. She's coming. Halima Ahmed. Halima Ahmed. Halima Ahmed here. Hudayfa Adam. Hudayfa. Sabreen Ahmed. Sabreen. Where Sabreen was here? Sabreen Ahmed. Halima is the one with the glasses. Sabreen is the one. Halima. Come on. Sabreen. Salma Ibrahim. Salma Ibrahim. Salma Ibrahim here. Salma, excellent work. Now I'm giving out the money this time, money, cash. So you have to listen. If, excuse me, there are two types of cash. You only get money. The 6 boys, where are they? Yeah, 6 boys, come. You get money. Are you serious? Everyone I call will get $25 gift card. If you are here. Abdul Qadir Isa. Abdul Qadir Isa, who's Goofy? He was here right now. He left? He's not here, then I get to keep it. Yeah, he won't get any. Abdurrahman Isa. Abdurrahman Isa, he was here? He left too? Abdurrahim Sulaiman. Anzal Muhammad. Anzal Muhammad. Ayan Habib, not here? أيان أبي فاطمة عبد شرال الدين محمود عمر إبراهيم سلمان عمر يحيى فيلو ثانك يو جزاك الله خير وتبان ان شاء الله.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. halkan waa Dalmar TV kusoo dhawaada Dalmar TV. maanta waxaa stationkeena noogu amartay representative Munira Cabdullaahi oo laga soo doortay districtga 9aad ee magaaladan Ohio magaalada Columbus. Munira kusoo dhawaada Dalmar TV.
Happy to be here.
Munira doorasho aad u kululeyd oo mataqaanaa waqti soo qaatay aad ku gashay nasiib wanaag oo ku guuleysatay. horta bal inoo sheeg Munira waa ay
horta Somali English asku daya laakiin waxaa ku dhaladay Kenya refugee camp. America waxaa imaan when I was 2 years old, Utah, Columbus, Ohio, 5 years old ahaa. School intaan ku aaday high school, middle school, OSU baa kasoo baxay for jaamacada. Waxaa bartay international relations and diplomacy, so UN ta umaray na aadayo. But then even through high school and college waxaa samayn jirnay activities masaajidka ka shaqayn jiray, community service work, and shaqadaas waxaa ku arkay dadka oo waxyaabo badan ku dhacay, right? Homelessness, drug abuse, domestic violence, and waxaan ka arkay as like dadkan yaa caawinayo, right? Dadkan yaa caawinayo qof oo Somali ku jiro parliament waxaa la city house, city council, qof Muslim ku jiro. So I decided yaa sugeena ana orday. So I ran for office and subhanallah dadku way caawiyeen Soomaalida, isku imaadeen lacag bay siiyeen, ilbaabahayga garaaceen, and alhamdulillah waxaa noqday the first Muslim woman, the first Somali woman in Ohio lagu doorsaday. So that's Munira in a nutshell, very quickly, biography.
Masha Allah, aad baad mahadsantahay Munira. dareenkaaga muxuu yahay maanta adigoo gabadha kaliya oo Muslim ah oo ku jirto state muxuu ahay aqalka representative-ka oo markaad xijaabka soo xirno dadka soo dhex fadhiisato dadka aad u tagayso iyo sidee ku arkaan dareenkaaga adigana muxuu yahay?
Horta amaano weyn waaye qofka ugu horeyso you have to really represent in si fiican, you have to be very careful. So meel kasta marka aado waxaa ka fikiraa how am I representing Islam? dadka say arkoyaan ka ani arkaan waxay arkaan Islam because I'm the first one I arkeen. So every time in the state house, how am I representing Islam? ciida waxaa sameynay waxaa lahaa a speech. ciida waxaa waaye maalinta oo waxaan dhaco why this is important. dadkana markaa dhameeyay Republicanka Democratka way imaadeen xidhan maqlin before ciidaanito. Thank you for explaining us. So meel kasta marka aado is representation. I have to explain Islam to everybody. shaqo badan waaye laakiin it's very important. amaano ilaahay siiyo waa dadka ED10, and it's very crucial for me to represent properly. So everywhere I go I'm very aware of who I am and how I'm presenting hijabkayga, how am I wearing the hijab, how am I talking to people, and literally every single action is important.
mahadsanid Munira. Munira waxaan ku weydiiyey horta districtgaaga ilaa meeqa qof ka kooban yahay districtga laga soo doorto oo district 9aad?
District waxaa waaye 120,000 camal. I don't know Somali so 120,000.
120,000.
Okay.
Marka 120,000 ku soo doortay Soomaalida ilaa meeqa percentage ahaan bay ka yihiin?
Probably 10% or 15%. oo yartahay, it's not a lot.
So dadka ku soo doortay Soomaalida aad bay ugu yihiin districtga degan.
Laakiin Soomaalida ugu shaqo badan iga baxeen oo soo baxeen for the voting, iga albaabaha garaaceen. So is even how 15-20%, like in voting-ka waxay ahaayeen about 30% dadka soo baxeen.
Oh, masha Allah. Munira waxaan ku weydiiyey xaalado badan baa jirta oo og tahay hadda xaafadda laga soo doortay ilaa markaad fiiriso maxaad matashaa dadka Soomaaliyeed muslimiinta ah ama dadka Soomaaliyeed oo new immigrants ka degan gobolkan Ohio ayaad matashaa oo Soomaali ahaan markaan inaano maxay waxa hadda kugu daran oo inta aad joogtay xafiiska aad la kulantay muxuu ahaa?
Hadda markaas soo galay it was mainly education, healthcare, iyo maxaa lahaa muslimiinta noo kale. So my first bill wuxuu ahaa World Hijab Day. So Ohio na dhahan World Hijab Day waa maalin oo Ohio la fiirinayo, right? Second bill wuxuu ahaa, I don't know how to say this in Somali, so you have to help me with this one, is banning unconscious intimate exams. So like, you know, when you're unconscious, the doctors in Ohio are allowed to examine you. So my second bill is to make that illegal.
sida adigoo aan miyirkaaga u joogin oo lagu baaritaan lagu sameeyay.
They bring the students to like learn on you. So